Hello and welcome back to the TV Show Club, the club where we talk about TV shows that we've been recently watching, viewing and enjoying. Let me know what you've been recently watching and enjoying, and if you've seen what I'm about to talk about, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Episode 4 of Acolyte, I was so done with. Like, I still stand by everything that I said about Acolyte episode 4. I think it was just terribly made, it was just boring the way it was shot. I just didn't love it. Episode 5 still has those problems. It has a few more redeemable factors, don't get me wrong, but it's still like, it's still got issues in the terms of its pacing, its writing, a little bit of the acting, but I will say Acolyte episode 5 did have some shock value to it. It did have some points that piqued my interest. I was a little bit frustrated in the fact that we sort of ended episode 4 on going into a battle, and then episode 5 starts and we're already halfway through the battle. There's already Jedi lying on the floor. I want to see the whole thing. I want to see it unfold. I want to see how it happens. So don't skip over sort of crucial fighting things, probably just to save some choreography. Like, the other thing is it felt a little bit of a shame because it was like, we have all these Jedi here, and oh, shock horror, the only ones out of them that survive are the main cast, up until later on. But for that point, like, at the beginning, I was like, right, okay, so you were all just basically cannon fodder to make this Sith guy look better than he probably is. Despite that, there were some really cool shots. I did really enjoy some of the choreography, sort of they actually got a little bit interesting with the lightsabers. It definitely was better than sequel film fights. I will say that without a doubt, and I will actually praise the Acolyte on that. Like, the fact that the fights were good. And I've said this before, on episode 1 I enjoyed the first battle in the bar type place. And episode 5 is no exception. I enjoyed, like, seeing the Sith guy stab one person, force pull another, and take both out in the same blade and strike, essentially. That's insane. I love the use of the Force. It feels like we're actually finally seeing some Force, like, being used. It's something that doesn't get used as much as it probably should in Star Wars. So it does have parts that I can commend. And also, like I say, the shock value, it didn't upset me seeing some of the main cast die, because like I said in the last episode, I've spent maybe an hour and 20 minutes, if that at a push, with these characters. I know nothing about them. I've got little to no backstory about them. I don't care for these characters. Like, the younger girl and the older guy, I don't really care for. Seeing them die, I was like, oh my god, I did not think you would go there. Like, genuinely shocked. I didn't think a Star Wars show would go that way, especially with the vibe it's got. It's got that Disney vibe of the show. But to just outright kill some of your main cast, I was like, fair play, you've got the balls to do that. I will praise that, I will accept that. There were a few little bits in the fight, like chopping some people's heads off screen. I think, just show it. I know it's Disney Star Wars, but like, at least show me a little bit, you know, it doesn't have to be all off screen. But like, I was shocked when the girl died. She was young, basically a kid, and to so brutally go bang, 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 3 holes put in her, that is devastating. But then the saviour of the day comes in, the other guy comes in, bang, snaps his neck. I was like, oh my god. Fair enough, Acolyte. Like, fair enough, like I say, for having the balls to go that level. Despite actually enjoying the choreography of the fight and the way it played out, and actually having the balls to do that, the writing of this show is just so poor. Like, I actually thought when the Sith guy revealed himself and the sort of the acting that he did, I actually thought he was really good. Like, I thought it was a decent performance. It was nothing incredible, but it was decent, you know, the way he held himself, the way he's dressed from costume design's perspective. I thought he was dressed up brilliantly, he looked the part, he looked dark, and I enjoyed it. Again though, the reveal that it was him and we'd been seeing him all along, I didn't care. Like, I didn't care that much. I feel like, I don't know, there was not enough build-up or suspense for me to even be like, oh, what? Maybe if each episode was an hour and they actually had decent content in that gave me some character story development and I actually enjoyed the characters, then yeah, I'd be like, whoa, no way, it's that guy. But I was just sort of like, oh, okay, now we know who the Sith guy is, I guess. But even though I enjoyed his performance, some of his dialogue and what he said was awful. And that doesn't come down to the actor, that comes down to the writing team, that comes down to the scripting of the show. And it's just so wooden. Like, the dialogue is so unbelievably basic and just borderline lazy, the way they all just say plainly what's happening and what's going on, and nothing actually of depth or context. Like, it is just boring, and it's a shame because his performance was good, and I actually enjoyed him as a Sith guy and seeing him go dark. The ending, seeing, I can't even remember which one it is. Is it May? Yeah, think so. Cutting her hair off and going off. I'm not really interested to see what happens with her, to be entirely honest. This is the issue. Like, with next episode is the 5th episode of Acolyte, and I still don't really care. I'm gonna watch it because it's Star Wars. I'm gonna watch it because I've watched 5 episodes now, so I'm kind of invested in it anyway. But I'm just sort of like, I don't actually really care where the storyline goes, because it's just a little bit like, where is it going? Like, what have we actually done? You know what I mean? What have we actually done in this show? What have we achieved? What have we created? Nothing. Nothing. No world building, no anything. So despite the choreography being good, that was about it from episode 5 of Acolyte. Let me know, what did you think? And I will see you next time on the TV Show Club.